Hi guys, it's Michaela, and today, because we are a little bit more than halfway through the year, I have got some makeup empties, everything I've used up in 2021 so far. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. I've got a couple of body cleansers. Both of these I did get in my BoxyCharm, but let's go ahead and start with the Terre de Mars. It's just a body cleanser. I've got my notes right here, so if I'm looking down, that's why. But yeah, the smell on this was actually pretty strong. Wait, wrong one. The smell on this was actually strong. It was nice and exfoliating, and again, it was just, you need a lot of product to get it to work. Honestly, when it comes to body wash, body cleansers, I just like whatever I can find cheap at the drugstore. If I get them in my BoxyCharm, I enjoy using them, but I just cannot justify repurchasing this, especially because it's not something I'm like overwhelmingly in love with. And then the next one is the one I actually got in my BoxyCharm. I believe it was in June, and it was the Lauren Francis Love Script body wash. And the smell was really, really strong and really, really artificial. And if you saw that BoxyCharm unboxing, you'll know that that is what I initially felt, because I did get a chance to try this before I came on camera. But it is exfoliating, and you do not need a lot of product, but it's just, again, it's a high-end body wash. I can't justify spending a high-end price tag on something that you go through these so quickly, so I'd rather just buy something at the drugstore. But I actually really like this. If the scent wasn't as bad, I would totally be okay with it. Next, let's go ahead and move into some skincare items, some eye care. I finished this Mario Badescu Hyaluronic Eye Cream. I didn't really like this one. I used it for my under eyes. It's very greasy, very like just not what I want it to be. It didn't do much for my eyes. It didn't really work that well. I do like the packaging, because I have been using this for like some of my Project Pan lipsticks that I'm just trying to finish off, so I can repurpose the packaging on this, but I really wasn't a big fan of this. Next is my Clinique Moisture Surge. This is my second time trying this one. I loved it the first time. I would probably go back and repurchase this. It's exfoliating. It does feel nice on the skin. It is pricey, but for a good skincare item, if you could find the one that you like, I'd say it's definitely worth it. It's nice and cooling. So eventually I could see myself maybe getting a bigger one of these, because it lasts a pretty good amount of time. Even the sample size lasted a long time. But I mean, I like it. I would keep using it. I haven't purchased it yet because I do have other skincare I am trying to get through, but again, definitely something I can see myself repurchasing in the future. Last up is this is actually a BoxyCharm, probably I want to say a holy grail for me, and this is the Avant Shea Butter. I finished this up fairly recently. It's amazing on the skin. It's perfect for nighttime. It really is. Like, put it on at night and your skin feels so good the next day. It's a thicker consistency, which I actually really like for a skincare product, for a night product, and kind of moisturizing, because my skin does run dry and sensitive. So this, for me, it was great. It is on the pricier side, but again, if you can find that one skincare product that you really like that is high-end, I personally say go ahead and invest in that. So far in 2021, I have finished 5 sprays. These are a mix of prepping sprays and setting sprays. I go through sprays a lot. I love sprays. I think they're amazing. But let's go ahead and just start with what I finished off earliest in the year, and just moving on to what I finished later. So I've got this Awake. It's a Awake Beauty Super Juice. It smells amazing. I love this. This is just a mini, but I would love to eventually get the full size. However, the Ulta Beauty brand has pretty much an exact dupe for this for way cheaper, so I've got that right now, and that's probably will end up being the one I do like. But if I didn't find the Ulta one, I would have probably repurchased this already. I love it. It's amazing. It feels great. This is great. Next is my Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 Setting Mist. I liked it. I didn't love it. I don't feel like it did a whole lot to my skin, but it was great. This is just a mini, so I did go through this pretty quickly. Again, not my favorite, but I don't hate it. It's a prime, set, and refresh spray. So would I get it? Would I buy it again? Probably not. But if I were to get it in like a package or like a gift set or something, I would totally use this. It's just, I have things that I like better. Moving on to my setting spray, and this is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. It is a matte finish. I probably should have gotten the dewy finish in this one. This was a huge miss for me, again, because I have dry skin, and I felt like it made my dry skin just look cakey and dry. And when I sprayed it on my face, it just really brought out the dryness in my skin and didn't help. I like my setting sprays to bring out the glow in my skin and not make it cakey. If you have more oily skin, I think that you might like this. I do want to try the dewy version, I just haven't yet. Because the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray, what it does is it has the same long lasting effect as this does, but it doesn't make my skin look dry. So again, this was a huge miss for me. My last two sprays, I actually finished both of these off this week. This is my Gerard Mystified Hydrating Facial Mist. I actually just bought this not too long ago. And this was just a sample size. I got it for like $8 on the website. I liked it. Wasn't anything special. Do I like it enough to go and buy the full size? No, but it did feel nice on the skin. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. And I mean, it does the job. It does what I want it to do. But again, for something that just works okay, I'd rather just have a drugstore foundation or spray that just looks okay. And then this one I actually finished this morning. I was really hoping to finish this before I did my empties, and I did, so I'm glad I get to film this today. But it's the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. Again, nothing special for a drugstore or a affordable spray. It does the job. It does what I need it to do. It looks a little bit cakey on dry skin. I think if you have oily skin, it might be better. It does have hyaluronic acid in it, which I do know that my skin runs sensitive to that. I have enough layers between my skincare and the hyaluronic acid to where it doesn't really affect my skin too bad. However, I don't think it's doing anything amazing for my skin. But yeah, it's not bad. It just could be better. Again, because the price point, if you're needing a setting spray, this might be worth your while. But for me, I'm not going to repurchase it unless I'm like in desperate need of a setting spray, and I know that this one definitely is a reliable contender. It's just not my favorite. Alright, I have finished one primer this year, and this is my Feel the Moment Skin Rejuvenating Primer. I'm not sure if you can still get this or not, but I'll go ahead and just give my thoughts on it. It feels nice on the skin. It feels very nice on the skin. Actually, the one thing I don't like about it is it does have a greasier texture, so if that's not something you like, if that's something that's going to bother you, you might not like it, but it does go away throughout the day. Feels good. If I can find it, if I were to find it on a sale or something, I probably would repurchase this. Again, I don't, I love it. I really do. It works well. I don't have any complaints about it, other than that one thing, which for me, you don't notice it after like a minute or two. So I like it. I could see myself eventually, again, just repurchasing this. So I did finish 3 brow products this year so far. 2 of them actually broke, but because there's no more product in them, I'm going to count it in my products empties. All 3 of these were in my project pan this year. The first one is my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer. I love the angle on this. I love the slanted angle. I love the color on this. I wear the shade Taupe. It's blonde, but it's not too blonde to where it clashes with my red hair. And it's one of those products where I like sweep up, go to my arch, and then sweep back down. I literally can do my brows in seconds. I absolutely love it. One thing the second brow product, I actually consider this a good drugstore alternative to the Anastasia one. It's the Almay, it's the brow pencil. However, the color, the more blonde shade, I don't know if I can, this is the shade Dark Blonde. It's actually very red, and even with my red hair, it can look too red for me. But again, the same concept. I love the angle on it. You just sweep up and go down. The angle is a little bit thicker, like towards the bottom, than this one, but again, I don't hate it. I do really like it, but I just feel like the shade matches off. But if you are wanting a good alternative to this one, I would recommend this one. The most recent brow product I finished off is the e.l.f. Instant Brow Lift. This one I did completely finish this year. I don't like the angle on this as much. Like the point of it, it's very round and very thick, and I find that very hard for me to just do my brows. It takes a little bit more effort. It's not bad. I don't hate that. This is a reliable product. However, it's not my favorite. I have, again, like these last two that I showed you, I like them a lot more than I like this one, but I don't hate it. If you're in a pinch, you need a brow product, you need something reliable, and this is very affordable. I definitely would probably recommend that you pick this up. It's just not my holy grail of brow products, but again, it is a drugstore product, so I'm not as worried about it not being like top of the line, my favorite. I would rather just pick this up if I needed something easy and reliable. Alright, the one sample foundation that I finished up this year is my It CC cream. It's kind of messy right now. Fact is, I don't like it. I finished up a mini size last year. I hated it. I hate this. The one thing good I like about it is that it works really well for a good mix in, especially with like the ColourPop Pretty Fresh tinted moisturizer, but it's a good mix in foundation if you're wanting to thicken up your tinted moisturizer. However, wouldn't recommend this, wouldn't repurchase it, absolutely hate it, and that's just kind of all there is to it at this. Alright, two concealers I finished up this year. Both of these were in my project pan. This one is my ColourPop No Filter Concealer. This is my favorite concealer that I have at the moment, or probably, no, not my favorite one, but in my top 3 definitely. I finished this like right at the beginning of the year. I put this in my project pan in January, and it is reliable. It's hydrating. I don't get a lot of creasing with it. I would totally repurchase it. Right now I've got a couple of other concealers that do just as well, so when I finish those I will probably go ahead and repurchase this one if it is still available. So like it, would recommend it. Next one is my e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. Again, I like this for the price. It's good, it's reliable. It's not my favorite. I noticed a little bit of creasing, but I definitely wouldn't hate on it. It's one of those concealers that, again, if you were in a pinch, you needed a concealer, you needed something affordable and fast, this is a good reliable concealer that you can go pick up at the drugstore, not have to worry about trying to wait for it to come in shipping or anything like that. So yeah, it's not a holy grail, but for the price tag, I would say it's definitely worth it. Alright, last up on my makeup empties, it's this the Lorac Pro. It's their lipstick. This is very old. I've had this for years. I did finish this up earlier this year. This was, again, in my project pan. I love it. I love the color. I love the formula. I keep meaning to go back and get more lipsticks from Lorac. I haven't done it yet, but I do love it. I love the staying power on it. It is a little bit drying on the lips, but if you do a good lip prep or even a gloss over it, you should be fine. I've got a lot of colors in this shade already, but this is like my perfect pink. The color I'm wearing on my lips today is actually the ColourPop Luxe Lip Oil, which does feel a little bit better on the skin or on the lips. But I do love it, and again, it's a reliable lipstick. I would, again, totally go back, and if they don't have this shade, I'd probably go and purchase more shades in this formula. And with that, that's everything I have in my makeup empties. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was to your liking. I hope this helped give you some ideas of some stuff that I used up completely and my final thoughts on them. If I use makeup up completely, then you know my thoughts are pretty genuine. I'm pretty set in my ways on whether or not they are going to be re-entering my collection or not. But with that, I will see you in the next video, and I would love it if you would subscribe if you haven't already. I do videos on beauty and lifestyle. And I will see you in the next video. God bless, and bye guys.